What if I told you your brain is secretly programmed to keep you poor, and 97% of people never discover it? This mental programming is running in the background of your mind right now, sabotaging every financial decision you make, and most people live their entire lives without realizing it exists. I know because I lived with this programming for years. I was working multiple jobs, grinding day and night, but no matter how hard I worked, I couldn't create financial abundance. And there was one psychological barrier that I needed to break that unlocked everything for me. But here's what's fascinating. This isn't just about mindset. There's actual brain science behind why intelligent people make terrible financial decisions, and I'm going to show you exactly how this works and how to rewire it. The truth is, your internal world shapes your external world, but most people think this is just motivational fluff. It's not. There's real neuroscience behind this, and understanding financial psychology is the difference between staying broke and building wealth. Your life is a physical manifestation of the conversation going on in your head. That's not philosophy, that's how your brain actually works. For years, I lived with a mental script that said, I'm not good enough, I'm stupid, I'm never going to figure this out, everyone else is smarter than me. And here's the psychological trap. Your brain doesn't want to be wrong about what you're thinking, so it creates evidence to prove your thoughts are correct. If you're thinking, I'll never be wealthy, your brain will find ways to sabotage opportunities to validate that belief. This is called confirmation bias, and it's destroying your financial future. But there's a deeper psychological mechanism at play here that 95% of people never recognize. The mechanism is this. Your brain is wired for survival, not success. It's designed to keep you safe, not wealthy. And in the modern world, this ancient programming is keeping you broke. Here's the neuroscience. Your brain has something called the reticular activating system, or RAS. It's like a filter that determines what information gets through to your conscious mind. If you believe making money is hard, your RAS will filter out opportunities and focus on obstacles. If you believe, I'm bad with money, it will highlight every financial mistake and ignore every success. This isn't just theory. Studies in behavioral finance show that people with negative money beliefs earn 32% less over their lifetime compared to those with positive money beliefs. Your thoughts literally shape your financial reality. But here's where it gets interesting. The ancient Stoics understood this 2,000 years ago. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." He was describing neuroplasticity before we even knew what neurons were. And this reveals something crucial about reprogramming your financial psychology. Most people are stuck in what I call scarcity scripting. Here's the difference. The broke brain says, I can't afford it. The millionaire brain asks, how can I afford it? The broke brain thinks, money doesn't grow on trees. The millionaire brain knows, money flows to value creators. The broke brain believes, rich people are greedy. The millionaire brain understands, wealth comes from serving others. Every time you use scarcity language, you activate what neuroscientists call negativity bias. Your brain becomes 5 times more likely to notice obstacles than opportunities. But here's what's fascinating. I tested this reprogramming myself. During my book tour, I ran an experiment. Every morning, I would tell my brain, money comes to me abundantly and freely. I see it everywhere. This isn't wishful thinking, it's brain training. When you change your internal script, you reprogram your reticular activating system to notice different things. Results. I started finding money everywhere. A penny here, another there. Most people dismiss pennies because their brain is programmed for scarcity, but I was training mine for abundance. That penny was from 1,945, a wheat penny worth $4,000. $4,000 that most people would ignore because their psychological programming tells them it's just a penny. But this scarcity programming creates an even more dangerous psychological trap. The second trap is learned helplessness, when you believe wealth happens to other people, not you. You see successful people and think they got lucky, had connections, or inherited money. Psychologists call this external locus of control, and people with this mindset earn 67% less wealth over their lifetime. The helpless brain thinks they got lucky. The empowered brain asks, what strategy did they use? The helpless brain says, I don't have connections. The empowered brain builds, I create valuable relationships. The helpless brain believes, I'm not smart enough. The empowered brain knows, I can learn what I need to know. Here's the psychology. When you focus on what you lack, your brain activates threat detection mode. This stress response actually impairs decision-making and creativity, right? The exact skills you need for wealth creation. The ancient Stoics understood this principle 2,000 years ago. Epictetus taught the dichotomy of control. You can only control your thoughts, actions, and responses. Focus on what you can control, and you become powerful. Marcus Aurelius, literally the most powerful man in the world, wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. He understood that wealth starts in your psychology, not your circumstances. And this reveals the most crucial psychological shift. The shift is from a taking mindset to a giving mindset. This isn't just ethics, this is psychology. When you approach relationships and opportunities asking, how can I help? Instead of, what can I get? You trigger what psychologists call the helper's high. Giving activates the same neural pathways as receiving rewards. It releases dopamine, oxytocin, and endorphins. But more importantly, it changes how people perceive you. When you lead with value, people want to work with you, refer you, and create opportunities for you. I learned this the hard way. When I was broke, living on my sister's couch, I spent months reaching out to people on LinkedIn asking for help. Can you give me a job? Can you teach me something? Can you show me how to do this? I was constantly taking, and people could sense it. The psychology here is simple. People have a built-in radar for takers versus givers. When you approach someone as a taker, their subconscious puts up barriers. When you approach as a giver, their subconscious opens doors. The shift happened when I started asking, how can I help you? What value can I provide? What problems can I solve? Suddenly, people wanted to talk to me. Opportunities started flowing. This is the psychology of reciprocity. When you give first, people feel psychologically compelled to give back. It's not manipulation, it's human nature. We're wired for mutual cooperation. And here's the secret that connects everything I've shared. The secret is this. Gratitude and generosity are the gateway to abundance. This isn't just a nice saying, it's brain science. Gratitude activates the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for executive decision-making and long-term planning. When you practice gratitude, you're literally rewiring your brain to notice opportunities instead of obstacles. When you practice generosity, you're training your brain to think abundantly instead of scarcely. But here's what most people miss. You have to do this even when, especially when, you don't feel like it. Your brain is going to resist this reprogramming. It's going to tell you that you don't have enough to be generous, that you don't have enough to be grateful for. That's the old programming talking. That's the scarcity script trying to keep you broke. The question you need to ask yourself right now is, what conversation is playing in your head about money? Is it empowering you or sabotaging you? Because whatever script is running up there is creating your financial reality down here. Your brain is the most powerful financial tool you have, but like any tool, it's only as good as how you program it. I want you to try this for the next 7 days. Every morning, reprogram your brain with this. Opportunities flow to me abundantly. I see value everywhere. I create wealth by creating value. Even if you don't believe it yet, especially if you don't believe it yet, your brain will start looking for evidence to prove whatever you tell it is true. Subscribe to keep reprogramming your millionaire brain, and let me know in the comments. What's one financial belief you're ready to reprogram?